Hello, welcome to the News Broadcast Daily and following today's highlights.
President Chung Tan-sang wraps up state visit to Brunei. Prime Minister Win Tan-Zung chairs November cabinet meeting. Vietnam launches the 2013 Anti-Corruption Initiative Program.
President Chung Tan-sang had a busy day on November 28th. Before wrapping up his state visit to Brunei, he visited the Brunei Shell Oil and Gas Company and attended a business forum.
At Brunei Shell, Sang was briefed on the company's process to grow into one of the leading oil and gas exploitation and production companies, not only in Brunei but in Southeast Asia. The president affirmed that Vietnam encourages its national oil and gas group to cooperate with foreign partners, especially with those having advanced technologies like Brunei Shell. He hailed the signing of a $250 million crude oil purchase contract between PetroVietnam and Brunei Shell. Later, in addressing the Vietnam-Brunei Business Forum, Sang affirmed that Vietnam has been creating favorable conditions for foreign investors, including those from Brunei, to operate in the country. He welcomed Brunei investors who have poured $4.9 billion in Vietnam, maintaining a place among leading ASEAN investors in the country, despite difficulties in the world economy. The president witnessed the signing of a memorandum of understanding on cooperation between the Chambers of Commerce and Industry of Vietnam and Brunei. On the occasion of President Sang's visit, Vietnam and Brunei released a joint statement. On November 29th, President Sang left Brunei for Myanmar for an official visit at the invitation of President Thein Sein. Myanmar and Vietnam established diplomatic ties in 1975. The two countries have seen their economic, trade, and investment cooperation grow in recent years, with two-way trade reaching $167 million in 2011 and $157.4 million in the first 9 months of 2012. Vietnamese businesses have invested a total of $500 million in Myanmar, and there are many more projects waiting for licenses. The Vietnam-Myanmar Trade Subcommittee held its sixth meeting in May this year, defining 12 priority sectors for cooperation, including agriculture, aquaculture, finance banking, aviation and telecommunications.
Prime Minister Win Tan-Zung called for continuous efforts to fulfill all set targets for 2012 to create momentum for the transitional year of 2013. He was speaking at the Cabinet's November monthly meeting in Hanoi on November 29th.
Cabinet members agreed that the country is still grappling with numerous difficulties and challenges. They said they noticed that the macroeconomy is not really stable. An implicit inflation hike is waiting to occur, and banks handled their bad debts slowly. Addressing the meeting, Prime Minister Win Tan-Zung called for continual efforts to rein in inflation, maintain a stable macroeconomy, safeguard social welfare, and accelerate production in the remaining months of this year to create a momentum for the transitional year of 2013. He was optimistic that all 2012 goals, targets and tasks presented by the government to the Party Central Committee and the National Assembly will be fulfilled as the socio-economic performance in November and the last 11 months demonstrate that it is moving in the right direction. He said a roadmap to reduce interest rates will continue, adding that it is a practical move to manage inflation while stimulating economic growth. He demanded relevant agencies to devise plans for the traditional New Year festival, which will fall in February 2013, and reminded them to implement social welfare policies and programs for the poor. At the meeting, cabinet members agreed that the year's CPI must be kept at 8%, as set in the beginning of the year, to create a firm foundation for the country in 2013 and following years.
A Vietnamese delegation has attended the 5th sessions of the United Nations Human Rights Council on Ethnic Minorities. The sessions took place in Geneva, Switzerland on November 27th and 28th.
The head of the Vietnamese delegation, Vice Chairman of the Government Committee for Ethnic Minority Affairs, Deputy Minister Hoàng Xuân Lương, delivered a speech on Vietnam's achievements and measures to ensure the rights of ethnic minorities. He affirmed the Vietnamese state's policy that all ethnic groups are equal and united, respect and support each other's development. Since 1992, Vietnam has continuously upgraded the legal system to ensure the basic rights and legitimate interests of the ethnic minorities. At present, all communes in ethnic minority areas are connected by roads and have electricity, safe water, schools, postal and healthcare services. 85% of the ethnic minority population have access to entertainment services like television and radio. Lương said that in the coming time, Vietnam will increase investment for areas inhabited by ethnic minority people, focusing on solving the issues of agricultural land and water for daily use, as well as ensuring the implementation of regulations on grassroots level democracy.
The 2013 Vietnam Anti-Corruption Initiative program was launched in Hanoi on November 29th. The program supports ideas aiming at mitigating corruption and increasing transparency and responsibility.
The Vietnam Anti-Corruption Initiative program invites the submission of ideas on how to build a serving administration, strengthen public honesty and morality, and increase transparency and the right to information access, as well as the sense of responsibility. 20 best ideas will be selected for prize awarding and cash funding for implementation, with 300 million Vietnam đồng at the maximum for each. The program also offers chances for the initiators to meet and exchange ideas. From December 12 to 20th, the organizing board, including the Inspectorate General and the World Bank, will organize 5 seminars to introduce the program in Hanoi, Thái Nguyên and Đắk Lắk provinces, Ho Chi Minh City and Cần Thơ City. The deadline for submitting ideas is March 18, 2013.
Businesses learned about the first round of negotiation of the country's free trade agreement with the European Union at a seminar in Hanoi on November 29th. The event was co-organized by the Vietnam Chamber of Commerce and Industry and the European Chamber of Commerce in Vietnam.
The seminar was themed Challenges 2013, the road ahead for Vietnam-EU FTA. The participants learned that the EU accounts for over 80% of Vietnam's total import-export turnover. In 2011, despite the global economic downturn and the debt crisis in some European countries, two-way trade between the EU and Vietnam still increased 36% from previous years to over $24 billion. To enter the choosy EU market, Vietnamese businesses need to increase their competitive capacity and ensure their products meet the market's standards. Vietnam and the EU signed the Partnership and Cooperation Agreement and began negotiations for the Free Trade Agreement in June 2012. The FTA will increase a more favorable environment for Vietnam when zero duties are introduced to almost all commodities, including agricultural products, food, footwear, and garments.
The International Conference on Financial Stability in East Asia, recently held in Hanoi, has agreed upon the establishment of a Financial Stability Forum in East Asia. The forum is expected to strengthen cooperation between financial management agencies in the region.
With the participation of representatives from 14 economies, the conference provided Vietnam with an opportunity to learn from the organization and supervision of the financial systems in the region. As the third largest economy in the world, Japan shared its experience in overcoming the impacts of the financial crisis in 1997. We established an independent financial supervisory agency to measure the crisis and make correct decisions. Of the measures taken, the banking system is restructuring thoroughly. Investment banks and commercial banks are separated. Experts stressed that it is necessary for each economy to have a transparent information foundation and an agency to make recommendations regarding financial supervision. And to assist in maintaining financial stability in the region, participating countries agreed on the establishment of a Financial Stability Forum in East Asia. I hope that representatives from regional economies will work together to keep financial stability. Vietnam pledges to strongly restructure the banking sector and financial management methods to ensure transparency and sustainable development. A financial stability forum will be a venue for regional countries to exchange information and carry out crossing supervision to ensure regional sustainable finance amidst the world's economic difficulties.
And this is the end of our news today. Thanks for watching and goodbye for now.